So imagine this. You got your first pair of Doc Martens and you are obsessed. You wear them practically every day for a whole month, and then a whole 2 months, then a whole 3 months and 6 months, and then a year. And then suddenly, you look down. Your Doc Martens aren't just dirty, they are nasty. You need a fix for this, but you don't even know where to start. That's where I come in. This is my presentation on how to properly deep clean a pair of Doc Martens. But you're probably wondering, why should I trust you? Well, here are my credentials. So I've owned Docs for 3 years and I've worn them quite frequently, even in the winter, and here's their current state. They look pretty good, very clean, no major damage, so trust me. Your Doc Martens are in good hands with me. Now let's get into the presentation. By the end of this tutorial, you will have fully clean Doc Martens that look significantly better than before. The main steps are to first get rid of obvious large pieces of dirt and debris, clean with leather cleaner, condition with leather conditioner, then do some optional detail work steps if you'd like. So now let's look at the supplies and prerequisites. This is meant for if you have very dirty Doc Martens, not just a couple problems here and there, because this is a deep clean. Next, the supplies you'll need are water, a toothbrush, leather cleaner, leather conditioner, at least 6 washcloths, maybe more depending on your preference. And for the optional steps, you're going to need rubbing alcohol, Q-tips, any brand is fine, it can be off-brand, detergent, and a washing machine. All right, now let's get into the real meat of the presentation and get into the main steps. The first step is to get rid of the large pieces of debris. You're going to do this by just hitting the boots together a couple times. That will get rid of big chunks of dirt. From there, according to bootworld.com, once you have kind of those medium-sized pieces and crumbs left, you rub with a damp cloth to just sort of get it loosened. And you can actually use a toothbrush, as shown in this picture here, to get into the crevices of especially the sides of the sole, and that will get those little pieces of dirt out. So, from there, you have to dry immediately. The biggest mistake that I see is that people allow their boots to air dry. Water can actually damage leather quite a lot and lead to cracking, so don't let them air dry and just dry immediately. Next up is a little bit more advanced, but not very hard. We're going to wash with leather cleaner. Any gentle leather cleaner works. Doc Martens has their own brand, which is fine, but any gentle leather cleaner is good enough. First, you're going to remove the laces so that you can get to every part of the exterior of the shoe. Then you're going to put some leather cleaner on a non-coarse washcloth and rub in circular motions all over the exterior of the shoe until it's fully covered in a lather of the leather cleaner. So you're going to then wipe away all the soap with a damp cloth. Make sure to get all of it off since it is a drying agent. And then from there, use a dry washcloth to fully dry off the dampness. So once again, don't let them air dry. Next, you're going to use leather conditioner. So at this point, your docs probably look pretty clean, but trust me, the conditioner is very necessary to prevent cracking in the future. So this is a critical step. I know it's expensive, so you can start with a small amount of leather conditioner. Less is definitely more, and you could just add more later if you need it. And then rub in a circular motion all over the exterior of the boot until it's covered once again in a lather of the conditioner. And from there, according to Jonathan Wells, a shoe expert at Gentleman's Journal, you should leave the shoes to air dry after conditioning. And you can leave them for at least 20 minutes, but maybe even more, because the conditioner forms a kind of membrane of sorts that protects the boots from the outside world, the dangers of the outdoors. So that conditioner is actually pretty important and you don't want to wipe all of it away. So at this point, your boots are in great shape. But if you want to go the extra mile, I have some extra steps for you. Our first optional step is to clean the laces. Very easy, makes your boots look really good. Laces aren't delicate, you can just put them in with a load of laundry. I would recommend cold settings due to potential color bleeding. Air dry, then relace. Easy as that. Our next step is just a little bit more complicated. but not a problem. If you have some scuffs that are pretty hard to get off, you just put some rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip, then firmly rub on only the scuff, and then wipe off with a damp cloth and dry the whole area. So the biggest mistake I see here is letting too much of your boot get exposed to the alcohol. This is by far the most dangerous ingredient that we've used that could possibly hurt our Doc Martens. So we do want to be pretty careful here. But as long as you follow my instructions, your Doc Martens shouldn't get damaged by the alcohol. So at this point, your Doc Martens should be in really good shape. You should now have very clean Doc Martens. Thank you so much and have a good day.